that's it. I'm off.
Here! Hang on a minute, I'll come with you. See my lipstick anywhere?
Yeah, help yourself.
Oh, not those, me own. Where? Ah, there, you little devil. Now, do I look like the personal representative of high-class cosmetic house?
You look like a marvellous walking advertisement for them, if only using their stuff.
Yeah, I've not gone too far, have I?
Look, I haven't said that you were going.
You'd tell me, wouldn't you? You would,
Out.
would tell me.
Come on.
Wish me luck.
Good luck. Now out.
Make you cry, honest. Fancy opening up special for that. Can me man have it in a spaghetti bolognese, please? What does anybody want with spaghetti bolognese at this time in the morning?
They're funny, some folk, aren't they?
Ah, you're right there, they are.
Well, I'm off.
You're very early, aren't you?
Be a change.
Showers as bright and breezy still. I wasn't the one who was out enjoying myself for all hours.
For crying out loud.
No, I was just the one trying to get back to sleep while my so-called mate come banging in from wherever she'd been.
Irma, it's none of your business.
Isn't it?
I was doing nothing. Nothing.
Well, you took a very long time about it.
Look, if it's going to give you an happy day, I'll tell you where we went last night. First off, we went to Salvation Army.
You what?
I said, first off, we went to Salvation Army.
Good old Irma, ask a silly question.
But it's not a silly answer.
Oh, really, Lucy?
What's funny about the Salvation Army? Go on, tell me.
There's nothing funny about the Salvation Army, Lucille. On the contrary, it's a most serious and responsible organisation. Though I must admit to being a little disturbed when they introduced the joy bells. But what is humorous, love, is your attitude to it.
Why? All I said was it made you think. It made you realise there were people worse off than you, and it made you want to help. I can't see what's funny in that.
Lucille, love, we all want to give service at some time in our lives. Now, I remember when I was 17, during the general strike, I was convinced that a voice spoke to me during the night. "Leave home, Annie," it said. "Leave home and drive a bus."
Times have changed, Auntie Annie. This is 1970, not 1926.
So when it was, love, 1926? Must have been considerably younger then. All the same, you do see my point.
No.
Oh, Emily, you talk to her. I can't make any impression on her.
Well, go on. Talk to me. What about exactly? Tell me I'm daft for listening to what they said at the Salvation Army last night.
Oh, that.
Yes, that. She's still on about it.
Tell me I'm potty for wanting to help a bit.
Of course you're not potty, but... Well, it's one thing entertaining the hopes and quite another coping with the disappointments.
What disappointments?
When... Do you really think you could stand a slice of Nugent philosophy so early in the morning?
Go on, I'm listening.
I forget his name, but some Frenchman once said that everything we do, every little action we take, is motivated by self-interest. In other words, it's not what you put into something that matters. It's what you get out of it.
That doesn't sound like you, Emily.
I'm sorry to disillusion you, Mrs. Walker, but after a lifetime of frustrated hope, that's what I've come to believe. Mind you, it's not quite as black as it sounds. All it means is that the people who get most out of a certain activity are the best at it.
You mean, for instance, that, say, Florence Nightingale was able to devote her life to the sick
Because she reaped a rich spiritual reward, and good luck to her.
And you're saying I couldn't help because I wouldn't get anything out of it?
Be honest, Lucille. You do prefer more material rewards, don't you?
All right. Let's just say you and this French fella are right. You know, there's always got to be the exception that proves the rule.
And it could well be you, Lucille. It certainly isn't me.
I only wanted to help.
And help you shall, my dear. Onward, Christian soldier.
So this is how you fill your time in, sleeping under there and charging some poor so-and-so 25 bob an hour.
Hello, Mrs. Sharples. Yes, can't be bad, can it?
It depends how much conscience you're blessed with.
You want to see Billy?
No, I'm just having a look round. Suddenly realised I've lived half my life without seeing the inside of a garage. Now I'm here, I don't know what I've come for.
I can't say I blame you. I don't recommend the decor to anybody.
Oh, by gum, it's a far cry from that hairdresser's of yours, isn't it? So this is the new god, is it? Doesn't look so wondrous with his backside stuck in the air.
The new what?
The new god. It is the new god, isn't it? By heck, you'd think so. If you tried to cross Rosamond Street in the rush hour, human beings have to take second place to it, I'll tell you.
Don't talk like that, Mrs. Sharples. You're doing me out of a job.
Well, fret, I would if I could. There's plenty of cleverness telling folks not to bring so many children into the world, but they say nought about giving birth to them. They'll have us in sea before they're through.
Hello, Mrs. Sharples. If you've come about your Jensenins, etc., it'll be ready in a few days. They're just fitting an anti-roll bar.
Well, I don't think Mrs. Sharples is in the market.
You're dead right, I'm not.
Oh, go on, you could get a mini on your pension. 107 years, you'll have paid it off.
But numbers you see, they think you were sixpence apiece. How much do they rush you for them things?
A mini? Oh, I could get you one for just over 600. 620 including tax. Then you've got seat belts, plates, road fund. Oh, go on. For you, 630. On the road, no chance being bit.
You know, I think I could drive one of these if I set my mind to it.
Steady on, Mrs. Sharples. You've frightened me enough already.
And you'll be putting another car on the road, Mrs. Sharples. Mrs. Sharples has heard too many already.
Well, she's not on her own there, is she?
Oh, come on.
Oh, what do you mean, come on? They're building cars faster than roads. God knows what it's going to be like in 10 years' time.
Ah, but we know, don't we? We're all going to be standing on each other's heads and starving to death. What difference is carbon monoxide poisoning going to make? Heaven protect me from Weary Willies.
Look at the
No,
situation.
he's right. You're quite right, lad. Take no notice of the moaners. Everything's going to be all right. Why, I can remember in 1938 Churchill telling us another war coming. Good morning.
Now's your chance. Get the last word in. She's gone.
By heaven, it's the only way you get to do it, isn't it?
McGuinness. I wouldn't have his job for a gold clock.
Oh, they've asked you, have they?
Well, they didn't have to, you know. Sir Matt Muir wouldn't take it. Football managers, who'd have their flipping job with all the trouble they've got? You know what they want to do with them now? Find them when the team plays dirty.
Ah, come on, Vita. If you've heard of a manager who's turned a blind eye to a bit of clogging, they all do it now and again,
Yeah,
you know.
OK, but how can you prove it? Look, I'll give you a for instance. Some yobbo at the Stretford End chucks a bottle at Ipswich's goalie next Saturday, misses him, and it's Georgie Best. Georgie whips round, squares up, and finds himself looking straight at the referee who's just blown him up for offside, and then Wilf McGuinness gets no pay for 6 weeks. Is that fair?
Yeah.
No, come on, is it fair?
You know it's your fault, don't you? When you start talking about football, you forget about supping ale. Now sup that, and I'll tell you how I sank the Bismarck. What's the matter?
Well, I'm waiting for you, aren't I? To tell me how you sunk the Bismarck.
Oh, yeah, well, it was Tuesday, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know, I wasn't there.
That's right, yeah, Tuesday. I remember it well. Nothing but sea and sky, one of those grey days. And then suddenly on the horizon there was a little puff of smoke. And then all hell was let loose. God, I'll never forget it. If I'd have been there.
You've been having me on, haven't you?
Oh, come on,
Oh,
mate.
it's great, isn't it? You don't know, do you? You don't know how my generation feels, do you? You stand there, supping your beer and feeling all superior, because you are superior, because you've been through something we'll never see. And then when I want to ask you a serious question, to find out what it was all about, you just laugh at us, don't you? You throw it back in our ruddy faces.
Hey, now, look.
You make me sick. You know, one of these days I'll tell you all about it, what goes on in there, what we do instead, because we never had a war.
I hope nothing's wrong.
Everything's wrong.
Don't ask me.
No, don't ask him nothing, because he's one of the supermen. It was his lot that fought the war to end all wars, and will they let us forget it? You want to see your face?
What is going on?
Oh, forget it, love. That's the penalty you gotta pay for mixing with kids.
Come on, Dad. Tell us how you won the war.
See what I mean? Kids.
Where's Lucille?
Oh, she went out about 20 minutes ago.
Where to, did she say?
Just out.
That covers a multitude of sins.
hello. Hello. Is the Major in?
Major Parrott? Yes, is he expecting you?
Well, not exactly. I mean, I did say I was coming in. I told him last night.
Oh, he knows you then?
Oh, yes.
I'll tell him you're here. What name is it?
Hewitt, Miss Hewitt.
Miss Hewitt to see you.
Miss...
Hewitt. We met last night.
Oh, good. Sit down. Look, I'd better admit it. My memory is not all it might be. I remember your face, but...
He was here last night. I was at the meeting. I said I wanted to help.
Oh, yes, of course, I remember. You said you'd come back if you wanted any more information. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, good. And here you are. So, ask away.
Well, you said you didn't have to be a member to help.
That's right.
Well, in that case, I'd like to help.
Why?
Pardon?
Oh, don't be alarmed. It's a question I always ask, and as far as I'm concerned, the answer doesn't matter. Help is help, and I'm not turning up my nose at any of it. But you want to know why, and that is important. Also, it might just help me to decide what kind of work is best for you.
Yes, well...
Now, look, there's no desperate hurry about it. I mean, you don't want to leave for darkest Africa at this moment, do you?
No.
No. Well, now, it may seem to you that you're doing this on the installment plan, but let's take it one step at a time. You've come back. That's the first step. Now, let's try the second. Come and see me again. Oh, I'm not bringing you a long way, am I?
Oh, no, I only live about 5 minutes off.
Ah, good. Well, think it over, come to an honest answer about why you want to help, and then let me know what it is. All right?
Yeah, all right.
Well, at least we know better than now, don't we?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Molly. What was that young lady's name again?
Hewitt.
Ah, yes. Memory like a sieve, but my heart's in the right place. Hewitt.
There comes a time, Mrs. Sharples, when children must begin to lead their own lives. Now, I may be rather more enlightened than most parents, but Billy and I reached that point several years ago.
When he brought that Chinese girl home, you mean?
Well, round about that time, yes.
Well, I think you're very wise. Mind you, I'm not suggesting you should interfere with the lad. Just show a bit of interest, that's all.
Mrs. Sharples, I shall visit the garage when I am able. Unfortunately, I don't have quite as much spare time as you do. However, knowing Billy as I do, I'm quite sure he'll make a success of the business without me.
Oh, I'm sure he will. After all, he's got Alan Howard working for him, hasn't he?
Mrs. Walker, when you're ready, a small gin, please. Oh, and half a mild.
Hi.
Hi. Have you got over last night yet?
What's to get over? It was the greatest.
You must be joking.
I'm telling you, I enjoyed myself. Let's do the same thing tonight.
Do you mean a foursome?
Yeah, only don't invite the other two.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Walker. Are you asking me for a date?
Why not? I'm a big boy, I'm 19, and I'm healthy.
Watch it, the eyes and ears of the street are on you.
Well?
OK.
Right, I'll meet you in here then, about 8 o'clock.
No, not in here. Come round to the flat and I'll get a few bottles in and we'll play a couple of records. How does that grab you?
Oh, that grabs me. What about that mate of yours?
What about it?
Cheers.
As dumps go, it's not a bad dump.
Well, equipped and all. Even got a built-in bankrupt. Where is he, by the way?
Oh, he's out on a call.
Oh, it's going all right, is it?
Oh, yes. He works hard enough, but...
You're never quite sure who's boss.
Oh, come off it, mate. It's a bit of a come-down, isn't it?
Yeah, I might have forgotten about it, mate, but that doesn't mean to say I have forgiven him.
There's not as pure as the purified. Forget about him, mate.
Yeah. I heard a great story this morning. Old Jackie told it me down at GS Parrott's. He says this colonel in a golf club, and he walks up to the bar, and he says to the barman, he says...
Watch it. Oh, let's see.
Hello,
How's
love.
the first day gone down, then?
Oh, fine, like a bomb. Mind you, there's a lot of fellas in, you know.
Oh, night workers, love.
Yeah, day workers as well.
Oh, can you blame them?
Is Alan about, though?
Oh, no, he's out on the job.
Oh, do you mind if I wait about for him?
Oh, well, I wouldn't if I were you, love, because he's going to be very busy when he comes in.
Oh, all right, I'll be seeing you.
See you.
All right.
So, What was that story you were telling us then?
I'd love to go to the pictures with you, honest, Chuck. But what can I do? I can't tell this girl to get lost.
Well, what does she want exactly?
Well, she's going out with this married fella, only he hasn't told her that he's married. She's found out, and she wants to know what to do.
Were you an expert or something?
Oh, come on, kid, you understand. She just wants to talk about it. She slays me, though. Anybody would think she was the first one to get caught. Come out with me and Irma, I said. Oh, no, she says, I couldn't do that. I couldn't talk to anybody but you. I think she expected me to be flattered.
So you've asked her to come round here?
You don't mind, dear kid. I feel a bit sorry for her myself. She was frightened to death.
Go on, I'll keep out of the way. I'll be back about 11ish. Is that OK?
That's fine, thanks, kid. Ain't it a devil? Just as I was looking forward to going to the pictures with you.
Well, try.
When is she having the licence transferred, then?
Oh, Mrs. Walker? On Wednesday she's appearing before the justices. I'll give her a thrill, won't it?
Will she get it?
Oh, I should think so. Can't see any objection, can you, lad?
Nah, she'll get it all right. Unless Ina puts in an appearance.
Don't mention her. Apparently, Ina has made her inspection visit to the garage today, you know. Mrs. Walker hasn't had a chance yet, so you can imagine. Are you sure now? You've had enough, love?
Yes, Mum, I've had enough. You know, after one of my mum's steak and kidney puddings, I could forgive her anything.
Well, what does she think of the garage? Hey, shut up. It's all right, we heard. Marked your pass, have we?
Yes, sir.
Oh, where are you going, then?
Salvation Army, sir.
Carry on, Sylvia. Have a drink for me?
Hey, honest.
Hey, what was all that about?
Oh, now.
Hello, watch your pockets.
I says to myself, I think of all them lovely fellas at the Rovers.
And here they are.
Yes, where?
Cancel that drink.
Oh, no, I'll have a gin and a tonic. Hey, how do you fancy Stephen Queen?
Oh, I used to, but we had a row. Why is he on?
Yeah, that bullet's come on back to the looks.
Oh, you really enjoyed that, love. I've seen it twice.
Oh, all right, Irma, hold your own hand. Oh, isn't it dead in here?
People are like you, love. Going to the pictures, watching television. Life's changing.
There, how's that?
Oh, that's fine. We'll be able to use that sugar basin now. It's been propping that thing up for years.
You got any more odd jobs?
I know, I don't think so. You have a rest, love. You've done enough today.
So have you, for that matter.
Yeah, my feet are just about beginning to complain. Tell you what you could do. Make us a cuppa.
I knew it was too good to last.
Hey, you know, I haven't been on my feet so long since I left Miami Moods. By gum. Doc Greenyard and I must have been fit, you know. Working all day, out on the town, till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, there's a lot to be said for the quiet life. Feet up, there's a telly, cup of tea.
Yes, love. There is.
Hello.
Hello. Miss Hewitt, were you after Major Parrott again?
Yes, is he in?
Not at the moment, I'm afraid, but we're expecting him back any minute. Look, I'm having an argument with those two. You can help us.
I can.
What do you think will happen this winter? Do you think the Mini will stay in, or do you think girls will go for the Maxi or the Midi?
Oh, well, I think we'll stick to the Mini. I mean, I've got a Midi myself, but I don't wear it much because you look a bit like something out of Family at War, don't you?
That's just what I said. Come over and tell. Well, you better not. He's here.
Hello. Ah, Miss Hewitt.
Hello.
Come along in.
Bye.
Sit down. Well, now, have you decided why you want to help?
I think so. I want to prove to myself that I can help other people.
Prove to yourself or someone else?
Well, both, really. You see, the people I live with...
Not your parents?
They're both dead.
I see.
Anyway, the people I live with, well, they think I'm a bit of a featherbrain, you know, clothes and lads, that's all I'm interested in.
And that's not true.
Well, I hope not. I don't know. That's what I want to find out.
Well, now, that makes sense.
I couldn't have said that to them, you know. Miss Nugent said, everything we do is motivated by self-interest.
And she's quite right.
Hey, but I'm not getting anything out of it.
Of course you are. You're getting knowledge. And that's a reward in itself. Now, take my case. It's more blessed to give than to receive. And if you know that and you give, then you are, in a way, asking to be blessed. So you see, self-interest is involved. There's nothing wrong in being interested in oneself. It's our job to encourage that. Now, let's see who you're going to encourage.
Hey, you won't give me a rotten job just because I'm a girl, will you?
That just shows how little you know about the Salvation Army. Now, when it comes to work, dignity, position, we don't differentiate between men and women. We never have. Yes, it is a rotten job, but not because you're a girl. Molly, there's no point in giving you something easy to do. That wouldn't prove anything, would it?
No.
Molly, Miss Hewitt, she wants a challenge. What do you think about Mr. Noblet?
Oh, dear. It's not so much a challenge as a war in himself.
Well, she's joined the army. I'll tell you what to do later. Now, just give me some details about yourself first. Full name?
Lucille Hewitt.
Yes. And the address?
Care of Mrs. Walker, The Rovers Return, Coronation Street, Weatherfield.
Is that a public house?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And where do you work?
Dave's Smith's of Rosamond Street.
And what is that exactly?
It's a betting shop.
Oh. I see. Oh, well, perhaps we ought to put you in this book and then we get Governor to come along and help you. Now, about Mr. Noblet.
It's a bad sign that, you know, drinking by yourself.
Oh, I've been banished from my own home, Mrs. Sharples. No, you see, it's Bet. She's doing her citizens' advice bit.
Oh, that's what he's after, is it? Advice?
Oh, no, it's a girl. Why, who was you thinking of, Mrs. Sharples? Mrs. Sharples? I'm asking you a question.
Wait for it. Come on, Idle Jack. On your feet.
Can't dance to this, it's too slow.
Hang on to me, then. It's great, this, isn't it? The shadow of your smile.
Yeah. Written about the same time as that other one. What was it? Green sleeves?
I'm not that old, you know.
I know. I can tell. Hey, I tell you what. From now on, this is our song.
What?
This. It's our song.
You're a bit of a romantic on the quiet, you, aren't you?
How else would you want me? No one will come now.
Hmm?
Did you never play that when you was a kid? If the next bus doesn't get me, I'll live to be 100. And I kissed you then. That's when somebody should have walked in.
Oh, isn't she attractive? Get it sorted out then about your married fella?
Irma!
It's just you let me know when he's gone, will you?